We're in the second year of gray wolf reintroduction in Colorado, a process Colorado voters narrowly approved.
But in some areas of our state, the apex predators are no longer a political debate. They are a real threat to livestock.
Denver 7 has covered extensively the issues Grand County experienced with the Copper Creek pack. Now a similar story is unfolding in Pitkin County.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon introduces you to two producers speaking out on camera for the first time and demanding answers from the state.
Old Snowmass through new eyes. It's a piece of paradise in Pitkin County.
Coming from an area where you never seen a mountain before, right? It's like, man, this is never gonna get old.
Mike Cervani and Brad Day have called this home for over 30 years, and they've known each other practically their entire lives.
Sixth grade? About 12 years, I guess, right?
Hasn't been that long.
Try to explain to somebody what we do. I think, we wear a bunch of different hats, right?
Their work and livelihood
Beef cattle, Simmental Angus.
are the cattle off in the distance.
We like taking care of the land.
It's what they were born to do,
It's interesting when you find something that becomes who you are.
but they're living in a changing landscape.
We had black hair before the wolves, right? We're only 21 and he's 19.
In January of this year, new neighbors moved a bit too close for comfort.
We don't dislike wolves, we just dislike the conflict. And this particular pack seems to have a history of conflict.
Stephanie Butzer, our digital executive producer, and I sat down with Cervani and Day on July 2nd.
We knew that wolves were coming. We did not know at the time that it was Copper Creek wolves.
For the first few months of the year, they didn't realize it was the Copper Creek pack, which is infamous among Colorado ranchers.
I've just, and Brad I'm sure did too, just ran his operation like nothing, like we don't have an apex predator on the landscape.
Last summer, the Copper Creek pack became the first confirmed wolf pack in the state since the reintroduction of gray wolves in Colorado. At that time, they were in Grand County.
Total panic and heartbreak.
We've spoken with Doug Burchett
We had a dead calf, wolf prints everywhere.
about these wolves and how they impacted his herd. In August of 2024, Colorado Parks and Wildlife announced they were capturing the pack, which was behind several livestock killings or depredations in the area. The state moved them, and now they're in Pitkin County.
They were just literally being thrown out to the wolves.
The Colorado Wolf Restoration and Management Plan says that moving depredating wolves to a different part of the state will not be considered, since it's viewed as moving the problem along with the wolves. The CPW director, Jeff Davis, has said the plan calls for flexibility, continuing to say that removing the male at the time would have been fatal to the pups.
We're against the fact that we weren't told that we have this known depredating wolves that relocated for the third time to us.
It wasn't long before Cervani and Day started seeing the changes.
2 weeks go by. I asked him, well, hey, did one of my heifers jump in with yours? And he said no. And so then I'm thinking, well, I need to find this thing. Then I noticed I'm missing another one.
On 4 different days in May, Pitkin County livestock was killed or seriously injured by the wolves, and CPW called a special commission meeting on July 7th about the Copper Creek pack.
These depredations occurred despite the producers having implemented all viable, reasonable, and effective non-lethal deterrence measures.
Commissioners discussed how on May 29th, one wolf from the pack was killed by CPW to try and change the behavior of the overall pack. They've also increased hazing of the wolves in the area.
Here's your 4 o'clock drive-ins. That's
the hazing program.
That's the hazing deal.
But these two don't believe these strategies or the removal of one wolf is working.
For one, that was 58 seconds out of 54 minutes.
And a range rider caught it on video one night, something they say is just a quick look at what the cattle deal with for hours.
It just makes me sick, makes everybody involved in our operation sick to see our cows get chased like that we've spent all this time taking care of, avoid chasing them. That's not how we move them. We don't chase them. Those are our cows. They're part of the family, and no good.
I think there's data out there that suggests that we may not have modified that pack behavior enough.
Then, as Cervani and Day could have guessed, on July 18th, another calf was killed. Day says it was one from his herd.
It's extremely frustrating to see death alone where it naturally happens, but something that is kind of thrusted on you that doesn't need to be there, super frustrating.
They believe the plan to pay back producers who lose livestock is only a snapshot of what that animal is worth at the time.
The potential of what that cow and the genetics, and now that cow is out of the herd. So, and they don't pay for any of that. They just pay for the actual loss of that calf.
We've been reaching out to Colorado Parks and Wildlife and the governor since July 7th, asking for an interview about the Copper Creek pack, so we can bring questions from these producers straight to the people in charge. Governor Jared Polis sending a statement instead of doing an interview that says in part he did not advocate for, oppose, or support the ballot measure that brought wolves to Colorado.
Jeff Davis sat right there on our patio and said that he did not know that they would not move, that they would just set up shop here.
I'm going to defend these producers all day long. They're good people doing all the right things and trying to hang on to hope.
In that July 7th meeting, Davis was vocal about considering all options when it comes to this pack.
So we need to throw all the tools and actions that we can to do this, right? And in my experience, that's rarely full pack removal.
But Cervania and Day are wondering who is actually in charge.
They know what we're going through is wrong. They know that this pack should be removed. But at the end of the day, they're telling us that Governor Polis is making that decision.
We've had plenty of other problems that we can just go deal with and fix. And this one we can't.
Two producers pushing for some kind of solution.
You really feel like how small you are in this big machine of politics.
There may be trouble in paradise.
Still what we love to do.
But Pitkin County is their home. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Within the last 5 minutes, we obtained a copy of a letter sent to the Holy Cross Cattlemen's Association, which asked on behalf of those two producers you just met to capture the Copper Creek pack and place them in captivity. That request was denied, but the letter from CPW says certain regulations weigh in favor of additional lethal controls being under these circumstances. Next week, we're taking these producers' concerns to the top, directly to the director of Colorado Parks and Wildlife, Jeff Davis. So if you have a question you want us to ask, send them to Colette. Scan the QR code on your screen to connect with her, or you can send her an email at colette.bordelon@denver7.com. We're committed to getting you answers.
And digging deeper into the state of Colorado's gray wolf population. It was late 2023. CPW released 10 gray wolves that were captured in Oregon. 7 are still alive today. 5 wolf pups were born that following spring, and 4 of those are still alive. Then in January of this year, an additional 15 wolves from Canada were released. 10 of those have survived. Then this month, CPW confirmed pups have been born in 4 packs this year. The exact number is not known right now. CPW says in Colorado, the average lifespan of a gray wolf in the wild, typically 3 to 4 years, and it considers the current survival rate to be within the normal margins.